My guest today is somebody who understands leadership, not just as a role, but as a responsibility. Dean Miles is the founder of Bridgepoint Coaching and Strategy Group and a trusted advisor to high-performing leaders across the country. But his path to executive coaching wasn't typical. Dean started his career working undercover, developing a rare gift for reading people and navigating tough environments, skills he now brings into boardrooms and strategy sessions alike. Since launching Bridgepoint in 2007, he's helped leaders uncover blind spots, align with purpose, and lead with more impact and intention. Off the clock, Dean is a devoted husband and over 3 decades, a father of 4. Wow. And perhaps his proudest title, Pappy, to his granddaughter, Miley. Dean's perspective is shaping both by grit and grace, and I can't wait to dig into insights on what it truly means to pursue excellence. Thank you for being here.
Tinja Anderson.
I love it.
Live. I haven't seen you. It's at least
been
a couple of years in
Yeah.
Houston.
Absolutely. Probably 3 or 4.
That feels right.
I know. I'm so excited to have you here in Orlando, in studio. Our previous conversation, you were on the road, which is a lot of what you do with your client base.
Yes.
So just getting back from China, Hong Kong?
Yes,
Yep.
spent a week in Shanghai, China,
Okay.
and then a few days in Tokyo.
Amazing.
Just trying to maneuver the visa scenario in China right now can be challenging, especially coming from the United States.
Okay.
So we found this path through. So for the listeners, if you're looking for a way to get to China right now, as long as you do transit, as long as you're going through China to another country, Japan. So that's how we got down. You could do 10 days in China with no visa.
Interesting. Amazing.
Yeah. It was an amazing trip, amazing clients, but I do like coming home. I'm not going to lie.
But you're going to turn right around and go back on the road.
Yeah, I leave Sunday and go into Medellin, Colombia.
Okay.
So
amazing.
Meeting some clients.
More
there.
clients.
Yes.
Wow. So I totally did the road warrior thing for over a decade, consulting in my 20s.
Yes.
I'm very grateful I don't have to burn the midnight oil in that capacity anymore. Conversely, I admire the work ethic and the experience. My party trick, I always say this, is I can say cheers in 15 languages.
Hey, there you go. I could order a drink.
Okay.
In several languages.
I love the most important thing.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But the road warrior thing, and I think it's very much entitled with the name of your show here, Pursuit of Excellence, is timing is really important. So I didn't do this while we were raising the family.
Okay.
That was really important to me. I wanted to go to the football games. I wanted to go to the ballets. So now that the kids are out and gone, I'm probably on the road maybe 2 weeks a month.
Okay.
So still not outrageous, but when it's on, right? When it's on, it's on. So no disrespect for those that are charging their paths, but that was really important for me not to be gone.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. And we talk about the ethos of the show being the pursuit of excellence and really what your definition of excellence is. And when we first spoke, you talked about the cycles, right? The S curve of burnout, but also just the prioritization of what's important in this season.
Right.
Right. So super important aspect of life is just figuring out how hard can you push now.
Yes. I'm sure most of us have heard this phrase before, but it's having someone half your age and twice your age, a part of your circle. Okay. So now that I'm 55, it has been a challenge. There was someone, not Yoda, who's, 110 years old, but I guess the essence of it is have someone who's already done what you're trying to do. But then also have someone behind you who is looking up to you. That kind of helps you not make too many more mistakes, but it also keeps you involved in language and technology. Yes. And so when I was in my late 20s, I had someone who was in their 50s who just gave me some really wise counsel of, Dean, be busy when you want to be busy. Don't be busy because you can be busy. We may have talked about don't make as much money as you can. Yeah. Make as much money as you want. And that's a difference. It's a different burn rate. It's a different recovery rate, so that you don't just achieve, but you're also collecting relationships. Yeah. And I just found that to be much more Hello.
I know. The words.
Much more
words
rewarding.
are hard. Words are hard. The jet lag is kicked in.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
No, so one of the things that I really wanted to dig in today is So your book, Being
Yes.
Coachable.
Yes.
Coachability for me is something that, has been drilled into my brain in so many different aspects, but it's also when you're working with a team or managing bottom up or, trying to pursue excellence as a unit.
Yes.
Talk to me about the book and talk to me about coachability.
We like the idea of being coachable.
Okay.
Like we like the idea of being skinny. We like the idea of being rich. We like the idea of having the vacation home. We like the ideas and the end result. It's just that work to get there of really, truly being honest.
Yeah.
So being coachable, it has to start with that brutal honesty of where's here. When I'm first engaging with someone, what they want to share with me is where they want to go. And all I hear is blah, 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 blah. Because statistically, you're not going to get there. So let's don't waste the time on where you want to go yet. It's important, but it's not where we need to start. We have to start with where is here. So the discovery phase. What are the knowns and the unknowns? And I find that it's probably been a hot minute since someone's really sat down and was that level of honest with themselves.
Yeah.
Because, man, we lie to ourselves.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's like the difference between understanding something intellectually and then the execution.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, so I found, we laugh at, we utilize the term that the military uses, which is called an H-cut. So a hardcore untrainable.
Oh, yeah.
So it's literally like trying to define what the definition of being coachable is, and then forcing that individual to understand how they're actually showing up.
Right. Yeah, there's doing it again and again and again and again and again. That's where great coaches are looking for those tenths and the hundredths of a second. That's the difference between that good and that great. So being coachable, lots of good examples. Is Tiger Woods totally changing his swing after he had won all of these Masters? It's how do you get there? How do you hold it so loosely? Because we think we have formulas. We think we have templates. I know how to do it. And then for someone to come in and say, if you really want to get there, you can't do it the same way that got you here. And I think everything in us, Tinja, wants to push back on that.
Yeah.
When someone else tells me, Dean, there's a better way, I find myself going into defense mode, trying to convince them that they're wrong.
Do you think
why do I do that? Right?
Do you think that's ego?
There's no doubt that it's ego. And I think it's some level of confidence that we think that we've had of look at my track record. Yeah. Right? It has worked.
Yeah.
So what do you mean you want me to do this differently? Someone who's coachable will try it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we observe and adapt. It seems really, really easy, but it tends not to be. And I guess if I add one more element, Tinja, being coachable, having a great coach partnering with you, more than likely is going to tell you things that you've never been told before.
Yeah.
Your mom and dad wants to tell you, right? But they want to preserve their relationship. Your friends would never tell you this because, it's unkind, right? It would be rude to say this thing to you. I had this very high power executive. I don't know if I share this story or not, but he grabbed me by my beard.
Oh, wow.
It was shocking.
It was aggressive.
Me.
Yeah.
It is aggressive.
It was very aggressive.
Pulled me in. This is a big dude. And the coaching was not his idea.
Okay.
Right. The executive board said, fix him. That's not what they said. That's what they were saying. And I don't fix people.
Yep.
So he pulls me in. He's like, don't water me down. That was his confidence that I know how to operate here.
Yeah.
Don't water me down.
I love that.
So then I observed him over the course of a week. And then he's like, all right, coach me. Oh, gosh. It's like telling a comic, be funny.
Yeah.
Right? And so my response to him was, I could never water you down to the level you water yourself down.
Oh, interesting.
Because he starts off the day amazing. And the longer the day goes, the looser he gets. Okay. He doesn't listen quite as well. His temper gets hot. He's much more reactive versus being responsive. In the mornings, like before lunch, Tinja, this guy is amazing.
Amazing.
This guy after 6 p.m., I'm exaggerating right now, but disaster.
Yeah.
No one had ever told him that.
Interesting. Because
when you're the CEO, every joke you tell is the funniest joke everyone's ever heard.
Isn't that the truth?
Right? Everyone laughs. Everyone claps. Because I see these men and women that retire from being CEOs and they want to go and do some board work or some legacy work. And then they have this realization that they're not as funny as they thought they were because no one laughs anymore. No one stands up when they walk in the room. Yeah. So to be coachable, you have to be able to hear that hard truth.
Yeah.
And then get to work.
Yes. Well, yeah, my brain's going in so many different directions. If you are not coachable, if you are an H cut, everything suffers. Everything suffers.
So true.
And so, watching organizations destroy their culture because they are simply scared to give feedback or there's not, the right environment for elevation or, masterminding or, identifying the gap analysis in order to be optimal in any capacity, right?
Yes, yes.
And the culture side of, coaching is very challenging and nuanced.
Yes.
So I've seen a lot of companies as of late really struggle to define culture, enforce culture. They've got their core values, they've got their vision and mission, but they're not living their core values.
No, it really is easy to talk about and really challenging to do the day after day after day after day.
Yeah.
Because the entire system is waiting for that one moment where you don't live up to what's written on the wall. It just takes one when you can hear the whispers throughout the entire organization of, see, I knew it. I knew the whole thing was a sham. I knew it.
Yeah.
No one would listen to me. I told you it was a joke.
Yeah.
And that was just one time, right? Like we've gone 78 and a half days of living out this mission, vision, value. And there was one moment where one of the C-suites got a little testy. And that's all it takes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and the way it impacts trust and growth and everything, just because they can't integrate the feedback is so crucial.
Well, there are so many times where our organization have come in, we've done the 360 feedback, we've delivered that feedback to someone in the C-suite. They then pull that team together and says, I thought I was doing better than this. I've been working really hard, everyone. So who said this one? And you can just hear the silence, even though this whole thing was set up by HR of don't do that.
Yeah.
When the CEO starts looking around doing the witch hunt,
who
said it? Because I've been working hard.
Wild. That's terrifying to me.
Oh, it is. Yeah. And so then finally one person said, well, it was me.
Oh, I love it.
But then, well, you love it. I love it. But everybody else in that room was like, woo.
Yeah.
Right. It didn't have to be me, but there were also dead man walking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You shoot the messenger. Like, absolutely.
All of a sudden, that guy was not meeting expectations. Right.
That's
within
a tough
6 months,
performance
found
review.
himself gone.
Wow.
Now, this will probably take 10 years for that to be forgotten within that culture.
Yeah.
Even if when they did end up replacing that CEO for obvious reasons. But that legacy's there. That culture is forever stained, I think, for a very long time.
Yeah.
It's hard to recover from that.
Yeah. So we were talking about verbiage earlier. So you coach and you also talk about being an executive advisor.
Yes.
We are not consultants.
I am not a consultant.
Okay, tell me about that.
It's not that I'm anti-consultant, but I've been looking at the terms. Coaching seems to be switching a little bit of differentiating who in the market wants a coach and who in the market wants an advisor and or some level of a blend. What still is being struggled with is consultants. And so as I'd be curious to get your guys' comments, but this idea of consulting versus advising, probably the same level of depth of knowledge for each of those individuals, but an advisor doesn't do the work.
Yeah. Oh.
A consultant will actually get in the trenches with you and get their hands dirty. They'll produce reports. They'll read out the data sets.
Interesting.
As an advisor, I'll sit with that client. I will look at it with them, but then I leave.
Interesting.
And I like that a lot. It's taken me a long time, a lot of gray hair to be able to get out of that consulting phase into the advising phase where I can partner with them to pinpoint, here's where it is.
Yeah.
And you know what to go do. I'll see you next month.
Yeah. And so in that role, right, we talk a lot about like giving them the tools in order for them to execute.
Yes.
And I've heard you talk on like mental chatter and imposter syndrome and discipline.
Yes.
How do you help them reinforce the strategy that you guys have just created together? Yeah,
it's really good. The follow-up aspect of that is important. I think just the fact that they know that I'm coming back.
Yeah.
It's like a personal trainer at the gym. I've had them. I love them and I hate them. But they typically don't tell me anything I don't already know.
Yeah.
But they push me in a way that no one else pushes me.
Interesting.
But I also know where they get it rent-free in my head is I know I'm going back and they know I'm coming back and they know what we agreed upon of what I'd be doing in the in-between.
Yeah.
And at some point I get embarrassed when it's the third or fourth time and I haven't done anything I said I was going to do.
Yeah.
So is this kind of hitting home for you?
No, I love it.
But I think it's part of that follow-up aspect of just getting to that level of self-integrity that when you say you're going to do something, you actually go do that something.
Yeah.
I was with a mentor of mine. His name is Marshall Goldsmith. He's written many, many books. The book, What Got You Here Won't Get You There. His other book, Triggers. His other book, The Earned Life. It was me and 4 other individuals. We were at Harvard in a side room. And so one of the young ladies that was with me said, Marshall, what is the secret? Like, you've been in the top 1,000 companies around the planet. Have you figured it out? It's a great question.
Yeah.
And so Marshall is in his late 70s now. So with that old man wisdom just locked in on her, he's like, I know exactly what it is.
What is it?
Tinja, I got my pen and paper out. I'm like, I'm about to make a lot of money.
Right.
Because he's about to tell her.
Yeah.
He would never tell me, but he's about to tell her. And I am all ears. And then he says, when an individual or a company or a team, when they do what they said they were going to do. Yeah, it almost always works. And when they don't do what they said they were going to do, it almost never does.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang it. I can't sell that.
Right.
I mean, it is dead on accurate, but that's just old person wisdom.
Yeah. Just follow through.
So just what's the secret?
Yeah.
Do what you said you were going to do. So when a client and I, when we separate and there is a clear action of who is doing what, by when, and how will we know? If they will then go execute that, I mean, I've been doing this a long time. It works.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just works.
I love it.
And when they don't, doesn't.
Yeah. No, it's wild. So my family, we had our consultancy and every time we did a winning words, it was individuals were nominated to the workshop. They would bring in a high gain opportunity. We'd build it out into a business case. We'd basically teach them how to present and negotiate it.
Right.
Now reinforcing that behavior as part of the culture just became like, they became inculcated inside of that organization because it was like a badge of honor. It was a rite of passage.
Yes.
But it came that order came from top down. So it's, as far as vision, mission, core values, like building out your strategic dashboard.
Right.
How do you like enforce and engage and give the employees a sense of ownership?
If we figure this out
Yeah.
in this podcast, we're about to buy another vacation home.
I love it.
I think that is the question: is how do you create an environment where someone wants to?
Mm-hmm.
How do you create an environment where you unlock that discretionary effort? Here's what I think I've come to learn.
Okay.
It's less about finding what does that, and it's more about finding what kills that.
I love it.
Tinja, I love when something lands for you. You're like, yes. Just think about this. Yeah, I think we get in the way more than what's necessary for us to go and unlock.
Yeah. How so?
Well, you asked a good question. I knew you were going to ask me that. My mind was already kind of filtering what would be some examples. In this, trying to find strategic simplicity. We've talked about complexity versus complicated. I mean, just look at an HR handbook. My word.
I don't think I've ever actually read one.
Even though we all scroll to the bottom and click, yes, you're right. I've read every word.
Totally.
Yeah, it seems like it's necessary because of all the, lawsuits and everything, but just that in and of itself is just a big buzzkill. It's just an energy suck. Go into any meeting, go into any team Zoom call. Just everything about it takes every ounce of joy I have away. We can do better. So you and I are in Orlando now. I can tell if you were to blindfold me and just let me experience the parking lot process of Legoland, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, and Disney.
Okay.
I feel very confident just by the parking lot experience. I could tell you where I am. Not by signage, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, but just through the interaction with the employee.
Interesting. Okay.
Test it.
Yeah.
It is. And if you come to Florida, you'll see it. They're all pulling from the same employee base here in Orlando. How can the experience be that different? And I don't necessarily think that Disney versus Legoland versus SeaWorld has better training. I think they've created an environment where they get out of the way and they let the personality of that individual come out.
Love it. It's so important that piece is the we're just going to pull from the archives of my brain. So we call it mushroom management.
Okay.
So where you keep them in the dark and you feed them shit.
Yeah.
So it's the micro management side of leadership.
Yes.
And why would you do that?
Right.
Why would you basically inhibit somebody's excellence
Yes.
by micromanaging?
Yes.
Or pigeonholing them into a tried and true solution when they can go figure it out a better way.
Right. Yeah, I've been thinking about just your title of the pursuit of excellence. And just, I'm not joking. I mean, since we last talked, really wanted to sit with that of what is that? What's involved in pursuit? And then what the hell is excellence?
Yeah. Well, tell me. Tell me.
I'm not saying I figured it out, but is it a thing or is it just the movement? And I think I'm landing on it's the movement. It's momentum.
Okay.
It's the momentum it's in that space between here and there. And as long as we have momentum, that is what excellence is. It's the continuation of momentum.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we're all watching right now. I'm not sure where this will be pushed, but be it basketball, be it hockey right now, you get to these, it's what would it be? They're 3-3. Like this is the last game.
I'm so bad. I play sports. I don't watch sports.
Oh my God.
I'm really bad.
Yeah, but playing it, you for sure felt momentum.
Yes.
I guess my short version of this with momentum, I'm watching something on TV. I don't even have a dog in the race.
Yeah.
But yet I can feel the momentum shift. That's interesting that as human beings that we're able to pick up on this momentum shift.
Yeah.
And so the opposing coach also feels it and will call a timeout because he wants to break that momentum.
Yeah.
I think excellence is that momentum. And when we feel it, we feel it.
I think what you're describing is flow.
Yeah. What's that guy's name? To Teach Me High?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a long name, but he's the one who is written on and a lot of research on the flow state. Yes, that's exactly right. So, Michael Jordan talks about that. I mean, he's got the flu, he's got 140-degree temperature, and he's just shot after shot after shot, and he's just holding on to Scottie Pippen. I'm showing my age now. It's like some 30 years ago. And they were asking, how did you do it? And he's just like, I was just in the zone, right? Yeah. I was just in the flow. And I think when you get there, that's that pursuit, that burning, driving, relentless pursuit of excellence momentum.
I love that. So flow, the definition that I've come to appreciate is truly the mastery of fundamentals. And so if the objective is to be in a constant state of flow, how can you exist? Because we're not masters of all the fundamentals for everything that we do.
Right.
So it's you either simplify,
yes,
which is a goal.
Yes.
It is a personal goal. I don't know if I will ever achieve that in any capacity, but
right.
The distillation of what it is that you're truly executing on. But then how do you continue to elevate the game if you're not trying something on? How do you continue to build momentum if that flow, that state of flow? So literally Einstein has the quote, you have to master the fundamentals before you get creative.
Yes.
Right. So it's building on that momentum. However, my dad likes to say creativity turns into anarchy without the fundamentals. So at what point, what's that balancing act?
Yeah. So Chichikmihai, if I'm saying that right, and I hope that I am. So think about this, the XY axis. So you have the challenge and you have the skill. And when your skill and your challenge meet this sweet spot, that's where flow is.
Okay.
Now, his theory is that when your skill doesn't match the challenge, we feel that as anxiety.
Interesting.
When your skill outweighs the challenge, what we feel there is relaxed. Now, I find that fascinating.
Yeah.
Because you and I have talked about this idea of burnout. We have to have spaces where we can relax.
Yeah.
Well, where you shouldn't feel anxiety is because you've been working and developing your skills. So your skill, now you're just temporarily lowering the challenge. And that can put you in a relaxed state.
Interesting.
When you haven't done the work and you've lowered the bar, what we feel is anxiety.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
I have a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, and those could be other reasons as well. But in the context of flow state, I think to be able to temporarily reduce challenge so that we can relax, but we're on this constant drive. I like your word of constant. This constant pursuit of. You said constant around something else. I can't remember how you said that. So for those that are watching this, rewind about 28 seconds and watch that last part again, because what she said was really, really good. Yeah, it's that the flow state. It's important to appreciate when you're in flow. That's a gift, I think.
Yeah. That
you've done the work, your skill set is high, and you've put yourself in a position to be challenged.
Love it. Yeah. Grow.
Yeah. Green or growing or ripe and rotting, they say. Yeah.
Green
and growing or ripe and rotting.
Oh.
There is no hold. You're either a team on the way up or a team on the way down.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's Patrick Lencioni's work.
I love it.
Of which I like that a lot. There is no hold. There is no pause.
No.
You're either growing or you're dying.
Yep. What did you say before? You said like the future is not facts or something.
Yeah. There's no facts in the future.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay, so one question from the list.
Yes.
Which I love. Well, because you have such a dynamic background. And really when we first met, you were talking on the neurolinguistic side.
Yes.
And I'm curious, from undercover to the boardrooms, it's quite a leap, right? So what parts of your early career still show up in how you coach today?
Yeah. It doesn't feel like a leap, Tinja.
Okay.
Just in the sense that it's gaining trust.
Mm.
Just covers the speed of trust. Where from undercover to sales to advising in a boardroom, it's how quickly can you find connection, an authentic connection with people.
I love that.
So whether they're doing illegal things or legal things, right? The pathway to trust is the same.
Mm.
There's also, I think, the other common element is the unknown, is the uncertainty. And that was true in the drug world, and it's true in the boardroom. It's what do we do with that, and how honest can we be about that?
Yeah.
There's consistency. There's consistency in that space as well. And so because of the unknown and the uncertainty, relying on your gut and your instinct. So there's a book. The book is okay. The title is amazing. It's Heart, Smarts, Guts, and Luck.
Okay.
So it was written by 2 students at Harvard. In this space, in the smart side of it, they talk about 3 different levels of smart: book smart, people smart, and street smart. And I find that in the drug world, all 3 of those, I think we think of drug dealers as not being smart individuals.
Oh, there's extremely sophisticated,
wicked smart
yeah.
individuals. And most of the successful drug dealers are not drug users. I don't know why I'm going deep on that.
I love it.
But,
keep going.
But they're very smart business people. They really, really are. But illegal. So there's book smart, but there's people smart and there's street smart.
Okay.
And I find that continuity. Those that are in the C-suite have a tremendous blend of all 3 of those.
Okay.
And so as a coach, as an advisor, I think that training I had in my early days of undercover, my 15 years or so in sales and then management at Pfizer and Merck, and then 20 years of coaching and advising, just being around those smart people, just even gives me more conviction of how your gut has to be, not just be trusted, but it has to be obeyed.
Yeah. I think there's a book or studies on the 3 brains and your actual brain, your heart, and your gut, and that your gut is more accurate than your brain.
Yeah. Yeah. So fact check this. So I love documentaries. I watched a documentary, it's called Our 2 Brains. And I think this is accurate, that the number of neuron receptors as human beings that we have in our stomach is more neuron receptors than a dog has.
Interesting.
Now we think about how smart our pets are.
Oh yeah.
Right. Now, well, I've had some that
are a little dumb.
So right. But I've had some other ones that are just amazing. Now, why do we have those neuron receptors in our stomach lining? And so there's been all kinds of research on why that is.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything that makes sense to me.
I mean, aliens.
Right.
Evolution.
That's exactly right. But we have been describing this since the beginning of time. I've had a gut feeling.
Oh, yeah.
So there's certainly something there. There's someone smart in your listening audience that will correct us on this. But that's my bar version of that story.
No, it's that. Well, so my mom utilized that research for a lot of what we did on the body mechanics side of things, and also just understanding trust and how you build it. But then when you start to get so good at it, becoming ethical, because the moral side of being able to garner trust no matter who you interact with.
To be able to manipulate.
Yes.
Right? You can use it for good or for evil. I actually coach on that a lot and encourage people to manipulate for good.
Interesting. Tell me more.
I really do. No one likes to be manipulated.
Yeah.
But it's effective.
It is.
And it can be done authentically. It can be done in a way that serves that individual well. Right? Have your best interests at heart. That's where leadership gets personal really quick. Is that it's not just the outcome. It's not just that financial bottom line. You are leading real live human beings that are going back home, right, and have loved ones that care about them. So to find a way to inspire them, so is inspiring them manipulating them? I think by definition it is.
Okay.
Maybe. But
in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way.
Is it influence?
Of course
Could we
it
use
is.
that? Could we use that language?
Yes. I think there's a thread between all of those different words. I use
Persuasion.
yes, persuasion. I use the word manipulation just because it's shocking a little bit. It gets people's attention. Either you like it or you don't, but there it is. And then what do you want to do with it? And how can you use it?
Yep.
And then also just being honest, I bet you are using it. And how are you using it?
Yeah.
And to whose service?
Yeah.
And oftentimes it's self-serving, right?
Yeah.
It's really shocking how terrible and selfish we could all be.
Yes. All right. So as we wrap up, I want to know, is there anything that you are currently learning or unlearning, primarily unlearning, in your own pursuit of excellence?
I don't want to pause too long.
No, it's
People
fine.
are going to think their Wi-Fi is buffering. I think what I'm unlearning is, well, maybe two things. Is saying less than necessary. I find that I can say more than is necessary. So I find myself trying to recalibrate of where is that sweet spot? Because some of it, I think, our attention span, and there's research on this, it's not good, right? we are trending the wrong direction. If most of us, if we can't get a dopamine hit from the engagement, my mind is gone, right? I've raced on to something else.
Which brings us back to the surprise conversation that we were having.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. So I think what I'm unlearning right now is just challenging myself. I'm failing right now of saying a little bit less than what's necessary and keeping someone engaged in that.
Yeah. I feel like I'm consistently reworking my brain. Like I am consistently reworking old habits that no longer serve me.
Yes.
I think I'm consistently trying to be more emotionally aware of my response. So unlearning my parental brainwashing, right?
Yeah.
So it's the patterns that show up that don't serve you well.
Yes.
Because of triggers
Yes,
or the emotional side of how do we handle stress?
Right.
So in my pursuit of excellence, I am consistently trying to unlearn this sense of urgency that drives almost a sense of panic. Because when I am confident, and so we'll take it back to the shooting range. So it's slow is fast.
Yes.
Or slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
Yes.
And so when I am executing, especially intellectually, we're building business cases, we're talking growing and preserving wealth, but there's so many moving parts. And because money is emotional. Yes, it is. And now I'm in charge of making sure that I support you in the growth of your wealth.
Right.
I am very cognizant of my emotional reaction to you.
Yes.
So I have to be consistently on my game about controlling and unlearning the panic.
Yes. I mean, if I could sum up what I just heard you and I both say, it's knowing when is enough. And I've been asking friends and my network and clients, when is enough enough? Like, how do you know that you've, not as an excuse, like it's good enough, but just because that's the right mark.
Yeah.
And then be able to make peace with that and move on.
It's like an artist. When is the piece of work done?
So good. Yeah, you read my mind. That's exactly right. And I've read a statement that's what makes a master artist, is that they know when to put the brush down. Like when I watch Bob Ross.
I love Bob Ross.
Put a happy little tree right here. I think he knew it was enough because the 30 minutes was over, right? He had to put that paintbrush down. I mean, so how do we find our own Bob Ross where we know that we've achieved, that it's enough, not as an excuse, but that it's perfect?
I'm like, we are enough. We are worthy. Everything that we do, we are whole.
Yeah, but you feel the tension in this pursuit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because sometimes even the idea of pursuit, I'm exhausted just thinking about the pursuit of excellence.
It does sound
I'm
exhausting.
tired, Tinja. I'm tired.
But you can just be.
Yes. And so I think that's where we can do we can have this pursuit in this space of peace. So it's this pursuit, it's the momentum. It's not this running around like your hair is on fire.
Yeah.
That's not the pursuit I'm looking for.
I mean, I tend to do that a lot, especially like moving to a new city and getting engaged and making sure that I'm filling my circle with people that I really want to enjoy and learn and value.
Yes.
But at the same time, I very much value peace. So it's finding that balance.
Yes.
Is there a balance though?
Yes.
I'm like, we can go down whichever
we're gonna see.
Cognitive dissonance dichotomy you want to go down. But regardless, it is absolutely a pleasure, as always, to have you on the show. Is there anything you want to make sure that the audience knows about with your book or where to find you?
Yeah, so Becoming Coachable, you can find that. I'm just one of the contributors. I'm not the author. My two friends did that. Jacqueline Lane and Scott Osman wrote that book with Marshall Goldsmith. You could find me on LinkedIn, just executive coach Dean Miles. That tends to find me. And I'm just like everyone else. I'm trying to find this balance, this blend of a pursuit and this idea of excellence. Because what I really want is I want to be surrounded with good people, and I want joy and peace.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you for being here as always.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.